Now, what I'm going to show here is a good example of, in the background of this particular tool, there is the FLINT was designed to develop all of the input data. There is a huge amount of effort that has gone into designing and building the back-end data, the science, having the FLINT run on the cloud, do all of those pieces of information. But the reason I wanted to show everyone this is that there's a big difference between having all of the complexity at the back and having a nice simple front end, or having multiple front ends of the system depending on the user. So that system, you'll see some of the more sophisticated aspects of that system in the coming days, where you can change databases and you can do all these really complicated things. But the very same system was developed to put in place this program, and there were a couple of questions about mitigation in there. This is a small mitigation pilot program in Australia. It was designed to see if you could get some landholders interested in planting trees, only small scale plantings, sort of 5 to 200 hectare size. But could you actually give them numbers that would estimate the amount of carbon they could get on their land if they planted trees, so that they could make a decision on, was this worthwhile entering the carbon market and trying to mitigate? So it's only a test at the moment. There's these 6 regions done around Australia. But if you understand Australia in size, then you see that this little box in the Burnett Mary in Queensland, for example, is probably half the size of France. So it's actually quite big areas being simulated here. It's just that Australia is obviously very, very large. But the tool itself was designed to be very simple. So I could come into anywhere. I'll choose this region in Victoria. And remembering that all of the back end of this, I'll close this, the application program is closed, but that's fine. The tool still works. All of the back end of this is sitting there with this sophisticated, designed, built system all around the FLINT. All that happened here was another set of users came in and said, we need to use that information to support this program. I can come into this area here. I can quickly grab my pencil, click on that area, and the server goes back to all of that model data. It comes back in and it's given 3 numbers. It's told that that polygon that I've just drawn is 39.75 hectares. Of the area inside that polygon, only 59% is eligible under Australia's carbon mechanisms at the moment. And the reason for that is that there's trees already inside that polygon, so you can't plant trees on trees. And that if you were to plant those eligible areas, you have 715 tonnes of CO2 after 25 years that you could potentially trade. So that's the reason I wanted to show that is to give an idea of, when people are talking about how user-friendly is the tool, the user-friendliness depends on the interface you put on it. It doesn't depend on the actual running of the system. There's a lot of technical expertise and scientists that have been in the back end of this, but when it comes to the front end, it's as simple as this. And that's the kind of things that we want to get through with the FLINT, is separating that. So I'll stop there rather than chewing up more time and keep going unless there's any questions on that as well.